It's Thursday, March 15th, 2012. I'm Kevin McShann, and this is the McShann Sports Beat Report.
What a tremendous blessing this is, not just for me, my family, my teammates, future teammates to come. Being here right now, it hasn't hit me yet, but whenever I come to this place, it's all about work. And I'm here right now. Like I said, it hasn't hit me. It's all about work. I'm not really thinking it's time to work. My body is trained when I'm here to work, for family, for my coaches, for Tom, for everybody here. Like I say, my family on down, we're very appreciative and ready to work. Definitely come with that same attitude. I talked to a bunch of the guys, Matt, a bunch of guys on the team. It's all they said to me. Got that out of the way, so we're ready to work now. So looking forward to much success in the future here.
How much did seeing the team turn the corner strengthen your commitment to wanting to be here?
A lot. We had Matt for a full season. Now we know what Matt can do. He's put it out there. We know what we can do as offense. We can get hot at any time. So there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of everybody's looking for us to be there next year. It's something that we definitely expected of ourselves. We came into this thing with high expectations last year, and it'll be even higher this year.
I know you're close to your teammates, but how much closer does this team get when guys restructure their deals and make room for players to come in?
That just shows how unselfish and how much of a winning environment this thing is turning into. Guys understand now that it's not just about me getting mine. Guys are setting themselves aside to make room for other guys on the team. You can't. In this sport, you don't see a lot of that. Much thanks to those guys for being so unselfish. Mom, oh man, bless my mom. Mom's everything for me, man. She takes care of so many things for me when I can't be there, especially when I have my foundation and things like that. And last night got pretty hectic because we're trying to get things done before midnight, trying to get things sent over, I guess. Because it affects the league, the league here and stuff. So it got kind of hectic on the phone because we're trying to get these papers shuffled around and stuff like that. I hear Tom Wine on the other end. I hear Buzz on one end of the phone. We had like a little 3 or 4 way going. So yeah, she was with me in the room. It was interesting. I was just sitting shaking my head because there's a lot of drama.
Adam Schefter, our insider, is with us. This is good news for the Lions fans. He will be there for 7 more years. What does it do for the franchise going forward?
They knew they had to have him, Chris. When you were looking at his situation where his salary cap number this year would have been about $22.5 million. And then if he had played that out and they franchised him next year, it would have been about $27 million. So he was going to get one way or another about $49 million over the next 2 years. So the Lions, what they did is they tore that up, where they added on 7 more years. $132 million in total value. You said the richest contract ever given in the NFL. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Eli Manning, you pick the player. Nobody has ever had a $132 million contract in the NFL. It ties Calvin Johnson to the Detroit Lions long term, and it actually gives them some salary cap relief this season to go pursue other players right now. So it's a win-win for both sides. Clearly a big win for Calvin Johnson.
The key to success in sports is retaining the key assets on your roster in which you've poured your foundation with in order to ensure that the structural integrity of your team remains intact. And on Wednesday, the Detroit Lions did just that by signing their most dangerous weapon in wide receiver Kelvin Johnson to a mega multi-year deal which spans 8 years and will pay him $132 million, and $60 million of that is guaranteed. Johnson is coming off a sensational 2011 campaign, a season in which he hauled in 95 catches for a league-leading 1,681 yards and 16 touchdowns. He also becomes only the third player in NFL history to compile 95 receptions, 1,600 receiving yards, and 16 touchdowns in a single season, joining some very rarefied air. The only other two players to accomplish such a tremendous feat include Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. He can also add his name to another impressive list, the list of receivers to have 45 touchdown catches and 5,000 yards in a 4-year time span. The others which round out that list include Moss, Rice, Marvin Harrison, Terrell Owens, and Lance Allworth. The Lions qualified for postseason play for the first time in a dozen years last season, and in the game, Johnson had 12 catches for 211 yards and 2 touchdowns, becoming the first player in league history to have 200 yards receiving in his playoff debut. With the ink drying on his new contract, Megatron now becomes the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. He can also stake claim to being the most expensive wide receiver in the NFL, blowing out of the water the 8-year deal that Arizona Cardinals receiving phenom Larry Fitzgerald signed a year ago. Both Lions head coach Jim Schwartz and team president Tom LeWand stepped to the podium on Wednesday to express their gratitude and appreciation for Johnson exhibiting loyalty to the franchise and the work he's done to revitalize their image on and off the field. They also discussed the future of the team with Johnson in the fold long term.
There were a lot of winners in this thing, but we mentioned Calvin and his agent and his family. I think Starbucks probably won a little bit. Tom went through a lot of cups of coffee, so I want to start off and thank Tom for his hard work and Martin Mayhew for his hard work, but most importantly the Ford family, including Mr. Ford, who it's his birthday today. And he's the only guy I know that on his birthday decides to give a gift to the city of Detroit, to the Detroit Lions organization, for NFL fans everywhere, to get Calvin under a long-term deal. And that deal was signed, right? Everything was signed, everything. I'd held out for more money. Calvin's one of those guys that whatever, we said this about a few guys that we have in our building now, that whatever you pay him is not enough. And he's truly a special player, and this is, it's not only a great day for the Detroit Lions, a great day for Detroit, a great day for the NFL. This is a great day for every kid that was early for every meeting. It's a great day for every kid that stayed after practice, every kid that put the team before himself, every kid that let his play on the field speak for him. Because as good a football player as Calvin Johnson is, he's a better teammate and he's a better person. So we're very glad to have him here. And it's a great day. It's a beautiful day in Detroit. Sun shining, probably 70 degrees, and no better day for Calvin Johnson Day here than today. So congratulations.
Good afternoon. Glad that everybody could join us on relatively short notice, but obviously no secret why we're here today to announce the contract agreement that we reached with Calvin, actually signed just a little while ago, an 8-year contract, and say that we have secured the services of a truly special player for what may be the rest of his career. Anytime you can be a part of a contract that gives you the opportunity to have somebody of Calvin's makeup be a part of your team for his entire career is really special. And there are not many guys when you do a contract of this magnitude. We obviously did one years ago with Barry Sanders, and he was one of those guys who was so special on the field, truly deserving of a contract of this size, and a guy who you have no doubt will handle the ball that comes with it with a great deal of skill on and off the field. So it's a great day for us, and I would just like to, before I bring Jim up here, thank Calvin. We appreciate him deeply. Thank his mom and his dad. I know they played a big role in his life, especially his mom. She was negotiating late for the night, along with Bus Cook, his agent. And Bus did a great job in making this all come together. And it's a special day for the franchise. It's a special day for Calvin and his family. And it's a special day for our head coach who gets to figure out how to take advantage of all of those talents over the next 8 years.
Loyalty in sports is derived from the belief that those in charge of steering the ships of decision will ultimately lead you to the pinnacle of the promised land. And for Calvin Johnson, for the last 5 seasons, he's dazzled NFL enthusiasts and Lions fans all across the league with his exceptional performance on the field. And on Wednesday, the Detroit Lions recognized his tremendous commitment and dedication to the team by rewarding him with an impressive package of financial compensation. However, anyone who's watched Calvin Johnson throughout the duration of his NFL career knows that he'd much rather take a piece of humble pie rather than gloating on his personal achievements and the gaudy numbers of his new paycheck. Calvin Johnson is the ultimate team player in the ultimate team sport, and he resides in the Motor City, acting as a catalyst to maintain the standard of expectation that has been developed over the last few years under the direction of head coach Jim Schwartz and general manager Martin Mayhew. This contract is much more than a long-term extension for the Lions' best player and for the organization itself. This establishes the Lions as a major player in the league. If you want to play like the big boys, you have to dish out the dough in order to accomplish that feat. This was priority number 1, locking up Johnson long-term on the Lions' priority list. And now, the organization's brass and their fans can cross that off the to-do list for sure, because the Stafford and Johnson combination is now very much alive and well. With this now behind them, the Lions and Johnson can get back to the business at hand, because there is still plenty of work to do, and both the Lions and Johnson are very aware of that. Kevin McShann, Sports Beat Report.